health advice I would give to my younger self would be take the time to rest. Take the time to rest. I always felt like I always had to be on the go to get better at whatever I was doing at the time, and how important rest is to growth and progress.
My number one tip for living the healthiest life is rest. I don't know how to do it yet, but I keep hearing that if I get 8 hours of sleep, I'm going to be golden. So I'm going to say rest.
So how many times have you spoken to somebody, they've asked you how you are, like, oh, I'm so busy. So busy. And it becomes rewarding. Like, yeah, me too. We're all so busy. And it becomes this implicit value. It's our self-worth. If we're so busy, then we have value, we have worth. That's how you're doing the right thing if you're so busy. So change the tone of it. Ask different questions. Even if it feels awkward, ask, how are you resting? Ask those questions and offer them. Say, I just had the best nap to your friend or to somebody else. Rest means not doing things and valuing having a slower pace of life.
Post-COVID, we've seen huge spikes in anxiety. And I imagine more and more people are hoping to get more rest, pursue meditation, relaxation more often and more easily. Can you explain this conversation and maybe also how it's shifted over the course of your work?
We don't prioritize rest. And what I've noticed just for myself in the last couple of years, especially post-COVID, rest is so incredibly important to us. I mean, there have been so many studies that have shown the benefits of getting proper sleep. It regulates hormone health. It, helps your cognitive function. It improves anxiety and stress. It's almost as if it's the cure-all for all of our stress and anxiety. Yet we don't prioritize it as much as we should. We prioritize being productive and being busy more.
When people engaged in mindfulness activities, their A1C decreased. We also know that for people who have high blood pressure, they have lower blood pressure when they're able to sleep. It's not something that they're in the habit of doing, that it's something that we need to think about, how do you schedule it in? We know that at midnight, you're not going to be nearly as sharp and productive as, at noon. Also, we know that if you're not well fed, you can't be well rested. So we talk about the interplay between nourishing your body, giving yourself enough time and space, and then going to sleep.
We're kind of like a cell phone battery, and we overestimate our ability to operate on an empty tank. And that rest and renewal and sleep are like plugging ourselves, like we're a cell phone, into a charger so we can perform again. Rest and sleep are not stealing from work. They're not stealing from your family. They're preparing you to perform. And when you get that mindset shift that this is how I give, this is how I deliver, this is how I think smartly, clearly, cleverly, solve problems innovatively and effectively, that's a big mindset shift that we need it. We really need it. And then you have to sort of build it in. 99% of my clients that I coach right now in every industry and any role really are struggling with rest and sleep, because they work these long days, and then maybe they're with their family, and then they get back on the computer to work some more and then try to go to sleep. And it doesn't work for us to go straight from work to sleep. You can't do it. The brain is too turned on. And we can talk a lot about renovating your bedtime routine, which can help you to fall asleep. But an even bigger, more important concept beyond just the bedtime routine is learning that there's two kinds of nighttime activities that we need to renovate in order to get better sleep. Recognize the difference between a bedtime routine, which is a series of consistent steps you do to fall asleep, and your evening routine, which is varied every night and something you do to decompress after work and after family time and before bedtime. An evening routine and a bedtime routine are different. If you want to be able to go to sleep, make sure you're not skipping the evening routine. And it doesn't even have to be long, but it must exist.
Sleep is clearly important. We spend roughly a third of our lives sleeping. You need enough sleep to be able to function as best as you can from a daytime sleepiness standpoint. Go to bed at the same time, get up at the same time as much as possible. So make sure that your routine is the same night in and night out. Make sure the bedroom is quiet, cool, dark, and there's nothing that's disturbing it. The more you can make the bedroom quiet and cool, the better. Don't do work in bed. So, watching TV in bed, not even a good idea. Looking at your computer in bed, terrible idea. Looking at your phone in bed, terrible idea. Use the bed for sleep and nothing else. And then a common problem, or I see as a problem, but people do this all the time, is they use the snooze alarm. Often the early morning hours are where we have REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement sleep, and it's the most important time in terms of important stage of sleep. And so you don't want to disturb that. So if you wake up at 6:15 and you're in a period of REM, well, that was not a good idea. So the snooze alarm you should never use, and just wake up at the last possible moment, set the alarm for when you have to get up and understand to do that. And then in terms of the clock in general, don't clock watch. So if you're having trouble sleeping, the last thing you want to do is look at the clock and see, wow, it's 2 a.m. Just turn the clock the opposite direction so you can't see what time it is. In order to break your bad habits, it takes sleep habits. You need to have some discipline, and you have to, again, go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time. Alcohol is another problem. Alcohol disturbs sleep. It may put you to sleep, but alcohol is really a sleep disruptor, and it never is a good thing. The alarm clock is easy. I mean, that one, just set your alarm for when you have to get up, and then to turn the clock the other way, that's also pretty easy to do. So some of this is just making sure that you're disciplined, that you do it the right way. Obviously, there's going to be time periods where people go to bed late, they stay out late. That's fine, but you need to be as consistent as possible, and that will help your sleep.
Do us a disservice. We are really bad rememberers. We often have a tendency to define ourselves by our successes that other people can see and can quantify. If we change that, if we shed that way of assessing our worth, we actually might be able to enjoy our life a little bit more. So rather than deciding, I need to get something done that I can show to somebody else, we need to make those choices to prioritize rest and relaxation. We can make it a habit. Every morning, we set our clocks for 10 minutes earlier than we otherwise might want to get up. And for those first 10 minutes, we make the conscious choice to meditate, to do some yoga, to not just pick up our phones or get right into our morning routine, but instead take that time to just enjoy the peace and quiet before the pressures of the day start to loom upon us. And that might be hard to do. It might be challenging to get up a little bit earlier, and it might make you feel guilty to actually do that, to take those 10 minutes for yourself. By making that conscious choice to add those 10 minutes into the start of our day, eventually we'll pick it up as an automatic habit. The other thing we can do to automate that good habit is to create an environment that allows us and reminds us to choose rest and relaxation. If we try to meditate in our living room one day, our bedroom the next day, our bathroom the third day, we aren't setting ourselves up for creating that good habit. Our environment can trigger that choice that we want to make. So find a space that encourages rest and relaxation, make the choice to practice that rest in that space each day, and then you'll find that it sort of opens your mind up to that possibility every time you see that space.
Hi, I'm Rosie Acosta, and this is a meditation for better sleep for the new year. We all need to prioritize rest. So let's take this moment to make rest a priority. Let's begin. Let's actually do this practice lying down because we're going to focus on rest. So lie down wherever is most comfortable for you. And if it's comfortable to close your eyes, you can do so now. Take a moment, take a big deep breath in. Nice long exhale. As you're laying down, just feel your body in the position that it's in. We'll do a scan from your feet all the way to the crown of your head, but we'll do it slowly. So just begin to imagine almost like a slow moving wave is moving from the soles of your feet, the backs of the legs, your lower back, your upper back, shoulders, back of the neck, crown of the head. And now from the crown of your head, back down to the soles of your feet. So move down through the face, throat, chest, torso, legs, soles of the feet. On your next exhale, feel your body moving further into whatever base you're on. As your body sinks down into its surface, begin to let go of any tension you may feel. Relax your hands, the soles of your feet. Relax your throat, the center of your chest, the muscles of your face. Feel free to stay in this position as long as you like, or purely just setting it as an intention to making rest a priority. When you're ready, you'll slowly roll over to your side. Use your hand to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. When you're ready, slowly blink your eyes open, arrive back into your space. You can do this practice anytime you're just wanting to refocus on making rest a priority, or if you just need a little bit of help falling asleep. Thank you so much for doing this practice, and I hope that it serves you in some way. Take a deep breath in.
Mindset is everything.
I'm not 90 for nothing.
Small steps, one motion.
Your mind, your body will thank you.